I feel like every single time I start a video, well, at least recently, I apologize for slacking on my uploads. I say it's because like I've been depressed or like not feeling good or sick or whatever, but I start every single video like that, so it's like, okay, we know, we get it. But recently I've been, I don't know, not to do the exact thing I was just talking about, but I was really, really sick. Like, probably the sickest I've ever been in my entire life. Where I work, we alternate morning shifts and night shifts. So you do a week of morning shifts, you have your days off, and then you switch to a week of night shifts and you go back and forth. And I was on my morning shift week, and I felt really crummy. I was starting to get a cough. I just felt this like bone deep exhaustion, and I was getting like the chills, which is really weird. And so I texted and called out and was like, yeah, I'm not feeling well. And then I slept for 18 hours, and I had taken a nap. I took like an hour and a half, 2-hour nap. I woke up, I texted to call out, and then when I went to bed, I fell asleep at like 8:30, and then didn't get out of bed until about 12, like noon, 12:30 the next day. And then I was only up for like a half an hour, 20 minutes. I had something to eat. And then I took a 3-hour nap. I literally slept for like 18 hours, not including the very first nap I took. It was crazy. I was incredibly like disoriented. It was so bizarre. Yeah, so I also haven't been feeling good. Like, I don't know. I've just had a long string of days where I've just been like upset or angry for no reason. And I was texting my boyfriend about it, like, I don't know why I felt like I've been feeling bad lately. And then yesterday the sun came out, and I realized what was happening. This sun, this like what's happening right now, yesterday was the first time I've seen the sun, and I'm literally not joking, probably a month, or at least 3 weeks. And I didn't even think about it until when the sun came out yesterday, and the wind finally died down. There's been like this cutting, cold, biting wind. It cuts right through you. It doesn't matter how much clothes you're wearing. The wind died down, the sun came out, and I was like, oh my god, life is beautiful. I am not bitter and angry and resentful. Everything's gonna be okay. Like, it's nuts how much like mental health relies on the sun. And I've always sworn that I like cold weather more, and I do, I stand by that. But I also get seasonal depression, and I don't notice that I'm getting seasonal depression until something like that happens, and I'm like, oh my god, life is worth living. It's so beautiful. Everything is so wonderful. I love everything so much. It's just because the sun's out. But I'm working on being happier and more positive. I think this is helping me, but I'm not sure. I've been kind of treating myself like a little kid, because previously I would get like really, really upset over something super small and like inconsequential. And then I would get upset at myself at my own reaction. Like, I'd kind of beat myself up and be like, why did you just have such an extreme reaction to something so small? And then I would like beat myself up about that reaction that I had, and then it would just be like this chain reaction spiraling. I feel bad, and I feel bad that I feel bad, and like this whole thing. But I've been trying to like treat myself like a little kid. Don't you love that grinding sound that my car makes? And be like, listen, it's less than ideal that you snapped over nothing and that you're so upset over nothing, but beating yourself up isn't gonna fix the situation. Like, I've been trying to gentle parent myself, and I think that it's working. What honestly really helps is that someone told me, maybe like 6 or 7 months ago, someone told me that I'm extraordinarily well adjusted for someone who's been through the things that I've been through. He told me that like people who have gone through, not that it's a comparison, but he was like, I know people who have gone through things a lot lesser that are a lot more like unhinged, insane. I don't know how to describe it, I'm trying to describe it. He was like, you cope incredibly well for some of the things that you've told me. And he was like, even when you have those bad reactions or freak out or whatever, he was like, you still like are so normal and sane. And I was like, oh my god. I think about that all the time. Whenever I do that and I like overreact or am really upset over nothing, the part of my brain that really wants to fixate on it and like spiral is like, you're not normal. That's not a normal reaction. Like, why are you like this? But instead I kind of cut that thought process off and I'm like, I think of what he said. Don't mind me shading my eyes. I do not have prescription sunglasses in my new prescription. So this is where we're at right now. I just think of what he said and I'm like, even though you've had this reaction to this outburst or whatever's happened, you're still doing really well. I don't know. So I've just been trying to have like a more positive outlook and like everything's okay, everything's fine. Hence my last video. But in the last video I posted, that was like the aftermath and me trying to like be really nice to myself. Anyways, I think I'm gonna go to Michael's. I'm gonna go to Michael's craft store and I'm gonna get some ribbon because I have two different off-the-shoulder tops that I can't wear because they have issues. I have one that's perfect. It's like the perfect top, but it's slightly too big, and because it's off the shoulder, it like really wants to fall down awkwardly. So I'm gonna get some ribbon and I'm gonna see if I can't like fix it a little bit. And I can't cut it and sew it because it's like a knit sweater, so it'll just unravel if I do that. So I'm gonna do some finagling and see what I can't do here. And then the other sweater, I thrifted it today. It is the most beautiful, it's a lot like this sweater actually. It's a little darker pink. It's not, this is cashmere, it's not cashmere. Sorry, I'm having so many different thoughts all at once. And that's on severe ADHD. My doctor told me that actually when I was diagnosed originally. He was like, severe is not a diagnostic label that we use, but if it was, I would use it for you. And I was like, you know what? That validates how I feel about myself, so thank you. The pink sweater. It's another fold over sweater top. It's beautiful. It's a little darker pink than the one I'm wearing right now. It's soft. I haven't tried it on yet. It looks like it fits perfectly. It has a massive stain right in the middle front of it. And I don't know what it is. I bought it with the stain on it. And I can't get the stain off. I like scrubbed it with a little vinegar. I tried this like stain removing substance that my stepdad has. I literally tried to bleach the stain and did nothing. I do not know what this fucking stain is. I'm going to see if I can't. It's like directly in the center of the fold over part. So I'm gonna see if I can't do something about it. And then right now I'm going to the mall first because I saw this video that was like, if you are having trouble putting together outfits and like feel like something's missing, the solution is not more clothes. The solution is more accessories. Don't create more outfits for yourself. Fix the outfits you already have. And I thought that was good. All right, let's go into the mall. We're gonna stop at the mall first. It is so incredibly beautiful outside right now. Oh. Yay. So, I was not as tempted by things as I thought I would be, but I got these cute little bows at Forever 21. And this little like ribbed, not knit, but it's like a thick ribbed tank top. It was on sale for I think $7. It was in the sale section, obviously. It was originally $14.99 and then they put it on sale for $7. And then they had an extra 50% off like certain things sale. So I paid like $3.50 for that. Crazy. Now we will venture to the Michaels where I will buy ribbon because I have a vision for those two sweaters I was talking about earlier. My biggest pet peeve, one of my biggest pet peeves is happening in front of me right now. I hate when people pull in to a parking lot and then immediately stop. So I just tried to pull into the Michaels parking lot and the person in front of me just stopped. So I'm like out in the middle of the road. Oh, okay. There's a woman just standing in the spot I just tried to pull into. What is happening at this Michael's right now? All right, let's go get some ribbon. I did not really find what I am looking for at the Michael's, and I don't really feel like stopping anywhere else, so I'm not gonna. I was thinking about stopping at Whole Foods, and I honestly don't think I want to do that. I was going to get Olipop because I've been making the Sleepy Girl mocktail. If you're not familiar with the Sleepy Girl mocktail, it is a drink with stuff in it to help you sleep and sleep better and have more fulfilling sleep. And what's in it is tart cherry juice, which I guess is really good for you, but it also has natural melatonin in it, and melatonin helps you sleep. Magnesium, I'm gonna fuck this up, so I'm gonna put it on the screen. There's a couple different kinds of magnesium, and this specific kind is what you put in it, because they do different things, and this kind promotes sleep, restful sleep, sleeping longer, having just better sleep. I made a mistake, and the first time I saw a TikTok that inspired me to make this drink, and the girl in the video bought capsules with the powder in it, and she just like popped open the capsule and put the powder in and mixed it in. What I didn't realize was that doing it that way, the powder does not mix with liquid at all, whatsoever. It does not mix. It stays powder and like floats in your drink. So the first time I made it, I didn't get to drink any of it because the powder like stuck to my straw and stuck to the outside of the glass, and I didn't consume any of it. I bought Calm, which looks like this, and it is, I don't know if it's straight up like magnesium powder or if it has other stuff in it, but it does have magnesium in it, the correct kind of magnesium, and it's very subtly flavored, and it mixes with water, so I use that. And then I've seen a lot of people, the tart cherry juice is very strong. It kind of upsets my stomach a little bit if I just drink it straight up. So people have been putting probiotic soda in it to make it a little drinky. So I personally, what was that? I was using Olipop, and it was the cherry Coke one. And then there's also like a cherry vanilla flavor that's, oh, I don't want this line, I want this line. There's a cherry vanilla flavor that's also really good that I've used. But it's hard to find Olipop. I don't remember where I bought it the first time I had it, but I can't find it at my local grocery store. They straight up don't sell it. So I don't know where I got it. But that's what I was gonna go to Whole Foods for. Is I was going to get some Olipops to make my little drinky. And I also was going to, that's why I was gonna go to Whole Foods, and I also was gonna go to Whole Foods because Emma Chamberlain's Chamberlain Coffee, they came out with like cans of their stuff. And allegedly they sell it at my local Whole Foods. So I was gonna go and scope that out, but I don't feel like it, so I'm not gonna. By the way, this is incredible. I'm pretty picky when it comes to energy drinks. I think a lot of them, they just are too much for me. Like it's the taste. They taste so sugary. Like, I like a Red Bull, but I always feel when I drink a Red Bull that it's like shaving years off of my life and my teeth are rotting out of my head. Like, there's just something crazy about the way the Red Bull tastes. Monster, to me, Monster is like the perfect energy drink because it actually gives me energy, but I don't feel insane like Red Bull makes me feel. This, I was prepared to love this just because the way the can looks. And I was pleasantly surprised that it's really good. You know what everybody loves that I super don't? Is Celsius. Celsius does absolutely nothing for me. If you poured me a glass of Celsius and told me that, like, and you didn't tell me it was an energy drink, I'd never, ever know. Ever. Like, they simply do not do it for me. Makes sense. I have ADHD, and people with ADHD have, like, opposite reactions to stuff with caffeine in it. But I don't have that reaction with anything else. Like, I drink coffee and it, you know, hops me up a little bit. I drink Red Bull, I drink Monster, those all give me a little something. Celsius does nothing for me. I don't know, it's weird. People always talk about, like, how crazy it is, and, like, I don't know. It just doesn't do it for me. I am home, and it is, okay. My cat just knocked over my ring light that was in front of me. I'm home, and it is time for me to have a little lunch snack thing, I guess. So I'm gonna go make some pasta. I think now I'm gonna put on pajamas because fuck it. And then I'm gonna put some stuff away. I have a bunch of stuff in my bed. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I think I've officially run out of steam. I put on my PJs. I don't feel like picking up my room, so I'm not gonna. I think I'm gonna put press-on nails on, though.